How did you do it? And what objections did you overcome with that?
Well, by the way, one of my biggest things of a chip on your shoulder, being a rebel, is go where there's no one playing. That's the best place to go. Be a big fish in the small pond. So one of the things was when I was in retail was Orgain was my main competitor. I had production issues. It could be a vicious business, and you and I will have a talk about that another time. People don't realize, like, the authentic, once $1 billion exits and a lot of money started happening, the suits started showing up, and pilots wouldn't let you run your drinks sometimes. Like, there's vicious things that go on no matter how beautiful the company and everything that everyone says they are. There's a lot of stuff you're talking about potential for. But what ended up happening was I had to build an organization. So if you're building something and pioneering something that's been in existence, the prior way of doing it has been in existence for 100 years, and you're up against it, then your story authenticity needs to be number one. That's what's got to come through in all of your phone calls, your ability to get. So for the 90% that say no to you, you need to get your tribe of people that are moved by your story. And one of the things I did is early on, I didn't tell the story. I was trying to be a, hey, I'm Richard, and I'm selling a good plant-based shake. Once I start doing what I did with you right here and telling, I saved my daughter's life, this is what happened, eye to eye. I found my tribe and people that were willing to give me a chance. And so when we went over to medical, we found that there were a lot of young dietitians that were coming up that didn't just sign up and believe whatever the companies were saying, and they believed the stories. They were getting their information independently on social media. They were being educated in a new way, and they were also open to new ideas. Whereas I think the older guard was just like, okay, well, 1908, they said this, in 1950, and they were willing to break the rules. And so we were entering a time, I think if K Farms came into medical 10 years earlier, we were done. So we came in at a decent time. It wasn't quite the way it is today. Today, it's still hard to break through in medical. So I had to do 3 or 4 things very important. Number one, I had to decide that if I'm going up against the biggest companies in the world, food companies in the world with an authentic story, they're not excited for me. So I need to get a lot of capital. So if I need to get a lot of capital, I need to share the opportunity. And so to share the opportunity, I took on a lot of dilution. I took on a lot of advisors, and I took on eventually the Goldman Sachs of the world that could help me show the power of a team to be taken seriously. And then once we were able to break through and show, I think at one point in 2017, we went from 2 million to like 12 million or something like that. Then everyone took notice that this was a company that was moving rapidly, and people started to shout from the rooftops how good they felt. But still, we had to overcome pricing contracts from Nestle and Abbott, like taking K Farms. We're not going to give you specialized pricing, et cetera. So there was it still was a very uphill battle until this day.